Welcome to Daytime Ottawa on this Friday. A great show ahead for you. We got Orchestra on the show today, talking about their holiday concert that's coming up. Kiwanis Ottawa on the show today. Boeing Canada, Pearly Health Foundation teaming up to chat with us about their campaign wrap-up. What an incredible campaign. We've got all that for you. And, by the way, Broadway Across Canada, their brand new production coming December 26th to the 31st. We have one of the main cast members joining us near the end of the show, so you're going to want to stay tuned to that because it is the story of the life and times of the Temptations. It's called Ain't Too Proud. It's coming to the NAC. But we start in the kitchen with the executive chef himself. There he is with the Pelican Fish Tips. We are back again for another edition. Ben Barrett, executive chef of Pelican Seafood Market and Grill. Welcome, my friend. Welcome back.
Thanks, Derek. Nice to be back.
Doing a little something today that I think is one of my absolute favorite things to do, and that is to buy oysters and prepare them yourself at home. But I may not necessarily be doing it right. You're going to show us a couple of things today, right? First of all is the shucking process.
Yep. We're going to teach everyone to shuck an oyster safely. Talk a little bit about how we garnish oysters, how to buy oysters, store oysters. I mean, it's a raw food, so you need to be safe.
Right.
You need to don't put them on the dashboard of your car and drive in 20-degree temperature.
Good advice. Good
Cold
advice.
chain is everything. So raw oysters will get you to shucking. I brought you a Christmas gift, your own Pelican shucker.
Excellent. Thank you, my friend.
And then we're going to bake oysters in the second segment.
Okay,
Quick
wonderful.
little mix.
So let's talk about, as you said, freshness very important. So keeping in mind, when you go to buy oysters, what should you be thinking about? What should you look for?
First thing, pick a supplier, a reputable supplier, someone who sells a good amount of oysters. Pelican, we're great. We have no middleman. We get our oysters direct from the coast. They come in twice a week, and we move a lot of oysters, so we know they're fresh.
Nice.
Secondly, you want to buy them from a guy who's checking the oysters. Your fishmonger should be tapping oysters. You want them to sound like rocks. A hollow oyster is a bad oyster.
Okay.
So don't even waste your time. If it sounds hollow, in the garbage it goes.
Gotcha.
I brought two kinds of oysters today. All our oysters right now are from Prince Edward Island.
Okay.
They're beautiful. I brought some Malpecs. These are a nice little choice oyster, a good beginner shucker.
Right.
Nice size. It's a nice size for a beginner eater too.
Right.
And then I brought some Black Magics, which are a little bit bigger, a little harder to shuck, and not everybody likes this as their first oyster.
Right.
So if your guests are not full oyster.
Yeah, people hear raw, right? And right away they're like, I don't know. Well, that's why we'll as you said, we're going to do some baking of oysters in the second segment. But this is something that everyone needs to try raw. And I know you brought some accoutrements as well, but even without those accoutrements, you get that nice, you get the taste of where they came from.
Exactly.
Right?
You taste a little of the ocean. You can taste you taste the terroir.
I love it.
Yes,
I love it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I obviously garnish on ice because we want it to be fresh. But if you're shucking these for your friends at home, you can also just do something like this on some cedar boughs to set the oysters down. You don't have to have the oyster if they're getting eaten right away. These in the TV studio, I figured you'd be safe. I'll save this for the baked oysters after.
Okay.
Let's talk about shucking.
All right.
So you bought a good oyster, you brought it home, you've kept it cold the whole time. Like I said, even in January, you get in your car, you turn your heat on, right?
Yeah.
If you have your oysters in the seat beside you, the car's going to warm up. Keep them cold.
Okay.
Take them home, give them a rinse, wash them, get all the mud off. Makes it nicer for everybody.
Okay.
And then when it comes time to shuck, you need a good shucker.
Right.
We like shuckers with a sharp tip.
Okay.
Because it gets in there, but they are sharp, so you need to be careful.
Okay.
What I always tell people is never shuck in a hurry.
Don't shuck in a hurry.
Don't shuck in a hurry.
Yeah,
Don't
I like
rush.
it. Okay.
We have time.
It's excellent advice, my friend.
Exactly. And if you're sitting with your friends or sitting across the table, just explain, like, listen, I don't want to cut myself. We're not going to go to the hospital. If I ignore your conversation, please forgive me.
I'm not being rude.
I'm listening.
I just don't, I don't want to stab myself.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So you want a cutting board that is it's not sliding around.
Okay.
We don't want to slip.
So you put a towel underneath that so we don't have the slip.
No,
Gotcha.
you can use a cutting board. I have this nice cedar plank. And I have this towel that I've folded in a long kind of, it could be Karate Kid.
Okay.
Put my oyster in there, and I'm gonna secure it. I don't want him bouncing around, and I want to have a little cloth between my thumb just in case.
Gotcha.
And then the anatomy of an oyster is we have a hinge.
Yep.
So that's where the action happens. That's where the shell is held together.
Okay.
And then we have a top, which is the flat part.
Right.
And we have a cup, which is the bottom part.
Yeah.
So we work on the top. We want top side up.
Okay.
Working in the hinge, we take our knife and we're gonna set it into the hinge. This is the only time you use force in shucking an oyster, is setting the knife.
Okay.
And now I know it's set. because it's attached to the knife.
Okay.
Now all it takes is we're gonna I call it throttling the motorcycle. It's torqued now.
Oh, okay.
No
We're
force.
torquing.
We're
Okay.
torquing. You're not pushing at this point. Gentle pressure down, and we're just gonna turn it. And you see how I've now popped the lid?
Yeah.
You can see I get there. Courtesy wipe, because my knife has been in the sandy crap.
Yes.
And then we're gonna just get the knife in where sorry, I got my knife out of there. Now I have to separate. The top shell is joined from the bottom shell. You can see my knife is in there.
Yep.
Now I just want to scrape the top shell, remove the top shell, and then I'm just going to scrape the oyster free of the bottom shell. And I made a bit of a mess of this one because I'm talking too much.
It's not a mess.
But it's not
It's
perfect.
a heck of a lot nicer than I've
But if you want to hide it, this is called the Philly flip.
Okay.
So you just flip your oyster over and you present the bottom side.
Oh, tricky.
The Philly flip. onto
Very
your plate.
nice.
You ready to try one yourself,
I'm
Derek?
ready, buddy.
Okay.
Okay.
So, knife,
Yeah.
oyster.
All right.
So,
Knife oyster. I got
what are you gonna do
I
first?
got the top here. I got the bottom, the little
That's right.
cup here. First thing, I'm going to secure this puppy.
Yep.
Next, I'm taking my sharp object,
Yeah.
and I'm putting it in there.
Okay. And then you're going to show me that it's in
Okay.
there.
Look at, folks, it's in there. Look at that.
Now you're just going to rev up the motorcycle.
Now I'm torquing.
I heard it pop. Did I hear it pop?
I think it did. I don't know if I got it in far enough. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
No, I think I.
Oh, did you? No, you're in.
Oh, okay, I'm all right.
Courtesy wipe.
So courtesy wipe, yes. Here we go.
Then scrape the lid off.
Okay. Oh, not bad.
Oh, not bad at all.
There we go.
There we
and
go.
Then we're doing the little. Now I'm just going to clean this a little bit here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And now I'm doing the maneuvering on the bottom.
Yeah,
here,
you want
right?
to scrape. You want to scrape it off. There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Not quite as pretty as you, but maybe I'll do the flip.
There you go. The Philly
There.
flip.
Nice. Look at that.
That's not bad at all.
I just shucked an oyster.
So one little trick that I'm going to show you for
Okay.
freeing the bottom oyster.
Yeah.
If you take your knife and you put it on the shell and you just do that.
Okay.
Instead of trying to stab at it, it's just scrape off the bottom.
Right.
Pull it back.
And that
Onto
way
the ice.
it looks a little prettier.
That's right.
As well, right?
That's right. Exactly.
And so the big one, same idea with the big one.
Yeah, it just takes a little more force. I'll do this. So you can get it in there, give it a quick pop, courtesy wipe, scrape the lid. Oh. And then there you go. These are what we're gonna bake for the oysters. They are the best baked oysters.
Really?
They're pretty good.
I've never baked.
No, you've never baked
I
oyster?
know.
Oh.
I've told you. I've done it on the fire pit
Yeah.
at the cottage because they pop open on their own, and then it gets a little bit of that smoky flame.
Well, we're gonna walk through baked in a minute.
Should I try one of these?
for sure.
So what do you got?
Red wine mignonette, shallot, red wine vinegar, black pepper, a little bit of water to thin with the vinegar.
Okay.
A sauce designed for the brininess of the oyster.
Okay.
One of my favorites. We sell it at Pelican. We'll give you
nice.
some with any oyster you buy.
Okay.
This is our in-house citrus horseradish. It's like a reduction of orange juice, a whole bunch of orange zest.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it hits with the horseradish really nicely. Little fresh lemon and Tabasco. Just the best
That
things
is
ever.
so good.
And they go so well at the cottage.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
can't go without
well,
it.
and you know what? A lot of people, right? Italian families, they celebrate with seafood. Oftentimes, my brother's wife's Italian, so this is something that they would have as people come over. So, as promised, don't go anywhere. We'll be back baking some oysters right after this.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Learn all about the creation of the National Capital Region on The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, on Rogers TV.
For 25 years, you've been helping to make our roads safer by doing the right thing. You've been the designated driver, you've stayed over, called home, you've called a cab or a friend, and planned ahead. Let's keep doing the right thing. Support sober driving by getting yourself and your friends home safely.
Do the right thing.
Visit arrivalive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Hey everybody, my name is Karen. I'm here with my best friends Shane and Monique. Join us on Rogers TV for Fitness Faction. Every week we're going to take you through a full body workout. We've got strength training, we've got cardio, we've got HIIT. Ladies, let's get back into it.
I think we've got 10 more skaters. Let's go.
Oh, it's a good thing we were off the air. I just had my Ottawa Senators rant, and I feel better. I feel better. We are back with the executive chef of the Pelican Seafood Market and Grill, Ben Baird, with some more fish tips for you. We are now looking at oysters in a different way. We're going to bake them, and I told you during the break, I've never actually baked an oyster before.
Okay.
And you say it's easy and absolutely fantastic, right?
We've just handled the hard part.
Okay.
Hard part is shucking the oyster.
Gotcha.
So we have our pre-shucked oysters. Try to keep as much of the liquor in there. That's the saltwater brine.
Okay.
It kind of soaks into the topping. I put seasoning throughout.
Nice.
Gonna blow your friends away.
Okay.
So ingredients we have. This is, as you can see, diced bread.
Yes.
Not just breadcrumb. Now's the time, like day-old, 2-day-old bread.
Yeah.
Cut it up into nice little,
Yeah, these are pretty tiny.
like, I don't know, not even quarter-inch cubes.
Okay.
Roasted garlic. Google it.
Yeah,
YouTube
it's
it.
so easy to
Super
do.
easy to do.
Yeah,
3 or 4
easy.
cloves. I like to keep it in my fridge at all times. So I'm going to put that in the bowl, and I'm just going to mash it against the side of the bowl because
Okay.
I didn't bring a cutting board. Break it up
So
a bit.
if you do roast these and throw them in the fridge, like how long would they last in
Give
your
it a
fridge?
week.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
for
That's
sure.
good to know.
I mean, on a charcuterie board with some brie cheese.
Oh yeah.
Best thing to have in your
Nice.
pantry. Bacon. Leftover cooked strips.
Okay.
Leftover from breakfast, chopped up real fine.
Pop them in there.
Bacon, I mean, I don't know. Bacon and shellfish is like,
It's a nice mix.
they go so well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the
Pig and
saltiness,
oyster.
I guess, right, from the ocean,
Yeah,
and then the
a little bit of the
saltiness.
smoke and
Yeah.
Parmesan cheese. Everybody's friend.
Yeah. Love
About a quarter cup.
Just bought some at La Boteca the other day.
Nice. Give it
Yeah.
a quick grate. Mix it up. Chopped parsley. About
Okay.
2 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons chopped chives.
All right.
There we go. And you could, I mean, you've got
So this
dill,
would make
use
how
dill.
many? Like this
This
looks like
about a dozen,
a dozen.
16
Okay.
baked oysters.
Okay. Nice.
Good pinch of salt. Good pinch of pepper. Good pinch of chili flakes because Derek likes it spicy.
I do like it spicy.
There we go. Give it a quick mix. A little bit of acid. Lemon. About a half a lemon.
Okay.
Squeeze it in.
This is like you're making a stuffing
Pretty much.
for the oyster.
Exactly.
Right?
That's exactly
This
it.
is what it reminds me of.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can veer off this if you don't have a lemon and you've got some orange that would probably work. White wine vinegar. Just need a little acid to cut through the richness of the
Okay.
bacon and the garlic. Now we need a fat because fat is what makes the breadcrumb kind of get crispy, crunchy, delicious, and golden.
Yeah.
You could use butter. I didn't really feel like melting butter here and
Okay.
smoking out the studio.
It happened one time, Ben.
I think
One
like twice
time.
now. You use olive oil, really nice olive oil, a good couple pours of it.
Okay.
'Cause you want to almost make the bread soggy with the fat.
Okay.
Not like mushy.
Yeah.
But we want it to be well absorbed,
Okay.
and that's the topping
That's pretty
for
simple.
the oysters. Super
That's pretty
easy.
simple.
And what we're going to do at Pelican right now is
Yeah.
we're going to take this clip when we get the clip. We're going
Yeah.
to put it on our Facebook page and we're going to post it with this recipe.
Oh, nice.
So then
Fantastic.
it'll probably be a week. Give us some time. It's Christmas.
yeah, of
A
course.
week or so, we'll have this recipe posted with the clip of Derek on
Okay.
daytime. So now it's just, see how high you can mound it on the oyster.
So you're putting a lot. Okay.
I'm filling them because it's going to soak up the juice.
Oh,
And,
that's right. Yeah, because we're keeping that juice.
keeping
Don't
that-
forget, we're keeping that oyster juice
the
in
liquor
there.
in there.
Okay.
And then it's just a matter of, we're not doing 16 oysters, but I have enough bread
Yeah,
to do it.
for sure.
Gonna fill them all up. One thing I do like to do, but we got rid of the shells, is if you keep the top shell
Yeah.
and you put it under the bottom shell on the tray, it will hold it in the oven. And I'll
Oh,
show you
I
when I
see.
pull them out of
Okay.
the oven. I left it on the others, but as we were shucking, I forgot and I threw them.
Yeah, I chuck some too. So
Well, I didn't tell you.
you're not alone.
So let's put these in the oven here.
Okay.
See, I'll put them in the oven, and then I'll pull some out of the other oven.
Okay. Oh boy.
Hot
stuff, folks.
Yeah, that's a hot.
Watch your
My
hands.
chef hands.
Look at that.
Look at those, aren't they?
It's a thing of beauty.
12 minutes in the oven, 425 degrees.
420. Okay.
Yep. What you're looking for is we just want the bread. I mean, you can eat the oyster raw, so we're just the oyster's not going to be cooked through.
Right.
It's going to be hot. The shells are going to be hot. Crustiness to the bread, some nice color, and then if you kind of just. So you see how I had it on the shell? The shell sits like that.
I see how perfect it holds it perfectly
It's
like
like
that.
Mother Nature planned.
Just so they don't topple over, right, while they're in the oven there.
That's
And
right.
because you don't want to lose those juices. That's another thing to keep in mind. And keep that in mind too when you're shucking. Sometimes people will like sort of twist and turn the oyster as they do it. Well, you're gonna lose some of that delicious flavor.
You want to keep that liquor.
With the liquor. I love that you call it.
My daughter is 5.
Yeah,
she loves oysters.
My daughter loves oysters too. I remember going to an event, and everybody was impressed because I think she was around the same age, and there she was slugging back oysters one after the other.
She's like a show I take on the road now. She drinks the liquor, chews the oyster, lifts the shell, and slaps it down.
You got a lot of exciting things going on around the holidays. Tell us what's happening at Pelican right now.
Well, New Year's Eve is the big one coming. We have 30-ish reservations left for dinner on New Year's Eve. Still prime time, 8:30. Those tables can sit all night.
Okay. Nice.
We've got about 100 lobster dinners left for New Year's Eve to go.
Okay.
The one with the potato Romanoff, the 5-course meal.
So good.
Delivered to your door or picked up, whatever you like.
Yep.
We have those going on, and then it's just, Christmas platters are rolling in. We're a big part of a lot of people's Christmas. Our cocktail shrimp platters to go. It's a big decorated platter. Our steamed and decorated salmons, the salads. There's a lot going on.
Do you guys get any time off over there? What are you taking a couple of days off, I hope?
25, 26, and the 1st.
And the 1st.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Chef never rests for the
Chef's
chef.
taking a vacation.
Can I
in
try
January.
one of these?
Yes,
Are
please.
these good?
Here,
Okay.
you've got to get one of those in you there. And again, like I said, 12 minutes in the oven. These can be made in advance, topped, everything, put in the fridge.
Okay.
Put them in the oven 15 minutes before your guests arrive at the house, and the house will smell so good.
Oh my
Like that bacon, aren't they delicious? And so simple. Once you've got that oyster shucked,
bacon
leftovers.
and the garlic and the chive, everything just goes so well together. Just love it. Absolutely love it. How are you celebrating this year? You got anything special you're doing?
Family.
Yeah.
Got oldest daughter coming home from university. That's going to be really
Fantastic.
nice to see.
Excellent.
Yeah. Some stories there, and then quiet time. Maybe a couple days at the cottage.
Nice. Enjoy, my friend.
You as well. Happy holidays.
We'll see you. We'll see you in the new year.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you,
Again,
sir.
they're located down there at 1500 Bank Street, and of course, you can find them online as well. PelicanSeafood.ca. We'll be back with more daytime right after this. Don't go anywhere.
This is a man's heart, a heart in desperate need of medical attention. But because 78% of Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, he may not get the help he needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
Leonard Thompson, 13 years old, diabetes mellitus, 65 pounds.
Starve the child to let them live. The treatment's as cruel as the disease. It's a death sentence.
Dr. Banting, this could be it. He's the first to receive this trial. But will it save him?
It's not pure enough. So we try again. And again. And again.
Before the discovery of insulin, diabetes was a death sentence. Banting, Best, Collop, and McLeod's breakthrough has saved millions of lives. Leonard Thompson's was the first.
Join me, holistic chef Daniela Croco, for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef right here on Rogers TV.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
Welcome back to the show. Oh my goodness. Let's just start off by saying a big thanks to all of you in the Ottawa community because you helped bring this campaign to its goal. It is the Answering the Call campaign for the Pearly Health Foundation. Here to tell us more about it and about a great partnership they have with Boeing Canada. I'm joined by Delphine Aslay. She is the Executive Director over at Pearly Health Foundation. Welcome. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
And Charles Duff Sullivan, the President of Boeing Canada, joins us as well. Welcome. Do I call you Charles or Duff?
Call me Duff, please.
Okay.
Please.
Where's Duff come from?
Well, it's an old
You a
family.
poor golfer?
Yeah, it has to do with that as well. But in the Air Force, we're given tactical call signs.
Right.
I had Duff before I joined, but they let me keep it because it had that connotation of being a bad golfer. So that's where I got Duff from. Yeah.
I love it. Well, let's talk about this campaign, Delphine. What an amazing response from the community. I don't think you were surprised, but tell us about reaching that goal and what it means to Pearly Health.
So it's amazing. So our campaign was a $10 million campaign, and it is to transform care for seniors and veterans everywhere. So what was different this time is not just about the 600 people who live at the Pearly. It's really, we want to make sure that anyone who gets to the later years can live life to the fullest.
Right.
And to do that, you need to receive the right care at the right time, at the right place. And crazy enough, no one was really looking at that. That's the first time. So we created a new Center of Excellence in Frailty-Informed Care. And really, it's where a team of researchers and knowledge translation gets together, look at what are we doing we should be doing better to caring for seniors, researching it, getting the real data, and then the knowledge translation team gets the result, package it, and maybe a nurse or PSW can do better at the bedside.
Right. It's important work, and at Boeing Canada, certainly, Duff, you guys, there's many different initiatives you could dive into, and I know you do, but why did this one in particular resonate?
Well, being present in the communities that we work in all across the country is very, very important. And a big focus for us is the veterans that live in our communities. And you referred to other programs that we do, but I belong to a larger community group, and we were raising money for Pearly. And they invited me, and I joined Delphine and others, and they gave myself, as the president of Boeing Canada, a tour through the facility, and I brought members of my team there, and we said, this is what we want to be involved in. And so we stepped up, we answered the call, and we said, we're going to make a significant gift this year, but we're committed for years to come as well to be part of the support that goes to the Pearly.
Tell me a little bit more about that tour, because it's not just the facility, right? You got to meet the team as well. Just being in that environment and seeing them, at work and what they managed to do, it must be a pretty incredible experience.
Well, I've known about the Pearly for decades.
Yeah.
And I knew all the great work that they do, and the veterans and the elderly folks of our community and how they look after them. And I've always known that. And when you go there and you're on the ground and you meet the staff, you meet the residents, and you see all the great work that's being done, like for these residents, I mean, it captures you at that moment. And that's what happened to us. And we didn't even hesitate. Well, maybe for 2 seconds. And we said, we're all in, and we're going to be supporting the Pearly.
Delphine, how important is it to have partners like Boeing Canada join a campaign like this?
So it's amazing, right? Because not only the money is great, but the partnership is even stronger, because then we can build a better Canada together. And that's really what it means. And then Boeing was one of the first organizations in the defense sector, that's what you will call it. And then we could go to other group and say, hey, look what's happening. And really, it just sparked other conversation, and that's really wonderful for us.
Yeah, you sent some photos, so I'll just ask them to roll some of the photos in here, and you can just see, you know, some of the obviously some of the people that you're making a difference for, right, Delphine?
Yeah. And so here, you know, the older gentleman and his son. It's quite amazing. Him and his two sons serve our country for more than 100 years together.
Wow. Yeah. That's
you
amazing.
know, and so the dad lives there, but his son comes and participate in some of the programs that you visited when you were here, and it's really living life to the fullest.
Yeah.
And yes, Pearlie will be their last home, and yes, they know it, but you still have a lot of time to enjoy life.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We saw, you know, veterans there, and obviously that speaks to you personally. I mean, being a veteran yourself, Duff, tell us a little bit about your service.
Well, I was in the Royal Canadian Air Force for just over 31 years. 20 of those years I flew the F-18 Hornet, and then other aircraft in addition to that. Lots of deployments over in. I flew for years during the Cold War, so that kind of dates me right there.
Right.
And then many other campaigns. You know, the Gulf War and the Balkans. 2 tours in the Balkans, 17 months in Afghanistan, and scores of missions up over the Arctic, doing these long-range patrols and intercepts over the Arctic. So. But I don't regret 1 second. But if I may, Derek, very quickly, veterans are very important to Boeing. As a company, we have over 20,000 veterans employed in the company.
Amazing.
And a lot of people accuse me of having an ulterior motive because I'm a veteran. I'm coming up to retirement, and I'm preparing. But you know, we joke about it. But it's so important for us that we do have this countrywide focus on and company-wide focus on veterans and how we can support them, and that's why our relationship with Pearlie is one of our signature partnerships.
Well, yeah, I could just tell. Look at Delphine's she's glowing as you say that. And thanks to you both for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And just because the Answering the Call campaign is over doesn't mean you can't continue to donate. So you can go to pearliehealthfoundation.ca to make your donation. We'll be right back.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
On Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Sam LaPrade. I hope you join us here every single week on An Hour to Give. We're going to talk about community, philanthropy, and volunteerism. It's airing right here on Rogers TV.
These days at your local Legion, we're marching to the beat of a different drum. On a mission to support veterans, to have fun, and to welcome everyone to our ranks. You don't have to be a veteran to join the Legion. And as a member, you'll join thousands of others serving our veterans, our communities, and our country. Oh yeah, and our Member Perks program will save you thousands on shopping, dining, products, and services across the country. Join us at legion.ca.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Join us for Season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock. right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. From one great organization to another, and when I say the word Kiwanis, I'm sure all of you at home go, yes, of course I'm familiar with Kiwanis. They've been around for so long. They do so much fantastic work, and that includes right here in the Ottawa community. Here to tell us more about it, I'm joined by Timothy Walker and Talib Khan, two volunteers with Kiwanis Ottawa. Welcome to you both. Look at that. The high fives are coming out. This is a great time to have it, this conversation, Timothy, because moving into 2024, my understanding is you kind of want to change the face of Kiwanis for people out there a little, right?
Yeah, honestly, when they approached me, Derek, one of the things that I found truly outstanding was, as you and I know, there is a lot of history that as journalists we know about Ottawa. I started to find out these really amazing things, like in 1917, the Kiwanis started, and the dinner was 50 cents, and you got a free post for your horse.
Really?
Do you have a horse? Tell.
He has a yacht, not a horse.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
And I found that so fascinating. It was at the Chateau Laurier, and you and I both know the history of this town. And then in 1926, we started to deliver baskets to people in need, and the thing that we're doing tomorrow that we're really excited about is we're giving out 500 baskets tomorrow to people in need. In 1926 they gave out 50. Wow. So the Kiwanis has been such a part of our history. However, it was kind of associated with history and potentially, some older people. What we're trying to do now is bring on some new blood and to show that we are a dynamic organization doing incredible things.
So, Talibia, why get involved? I mean, for yourself, why did you personally want to get involved with Kiwanis?
I told him to. No, I'm kidding.
Other than Timothy twisting my arm, so my mom was very involved with disadvantaged children abroad, in fact. And specifically in Haiti. And so for the majority of her life, her passion was helping these children in Haiti get food, get clothed, get educated. And even our very own Max Keeping here in the city of Ottawa helped my mom out with her home in Haiti. And so this was obviously a big part of my life, seeing my mom really put her entire passion into these children. And then many times when she went down there, she wanted to basically adopt the nation. Well, out of the nation, she managed to adopt 3 children. And so, and she was able to bring them back here. And so I have we had an additional 2 brothers and a sister.
Nice.
One of them was very disadvantaged, who was both deaf and blind, and also came here with hepatitis B, and succumbed to it at the age of 14 years old. But I think because of really looking at what my mom has done for these children. I also wanted to give back.
Yeah.
I wake up every morning. I go to sleep every night with full gratitude. I've got excellent health. I've got a beautiful family, beautiful wife, children. My mom is still alive, 83 years old, and part of our family. And so I also want to make my mom proud and continue what
she's so proud of you.
What a great mentor, right? Because we've talked about that on the show in the past, is that we really do need that next generation, right? Passing, there's got to be someone to pass the torch to, and I think that speaks to Timothy what you talked about earlier, right? But having new faces and bringing in the next generation and having people have a better understanding of what a difference you're making in people's lives. We're seeing young people here. here helping you out, right? Put these hampers together.
Yeah.
That's incredibly important, right?
And you know, one of the things that I will say, Derek, is that they had me at you're part of the younger generation. And I was like, I will take anything that puts me into the younger generation. We're the younger generation now, and I think that that's amazing. However, the really important thing was to me is that Kiwanis has done an incredible job building a foundation, so it is a reliable organization, and it just wanted some new faces. It wanted some new energy, and at 55 years old, when they said that I was part of the new generation, I'm like, I will just sign up for that. But, you know, as you mentioned, Max Keeping was such an important part of my development. Yours, I think, and this is the legacy that he's left behind.
For sure.
And I am more than happy to help. And I get to present to 4 mothers in need tomorrow these baskets all by myself. And well, no, you're going to help me. You're going to lift them, right?
I will love to help. And yes, I'll lift them for you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
For somebody that's watching now and they're considering becoming a member of Kiwanis, what would you tell them? What does that experience give them?
Oh, so great question, right? What's fantastic is that I encourage a lot of even my own clients. So I help small and medium-sized businesses here in Ottawa become more efficient and help them with their growth. And I never leave a conversation with a client or a potential client without mentioning Kiwanis. And so I'm very much encouraging, and a lot of these people who I'm with are very successful entrepreneurs or professionals in the Ottawa area, and they're very willing to give back. And so the idea really right now, and it's the idea of the board of Peter, who is the president of Kiwanis right now,
Peter Charbonneau,
to really attract members just like that who have obviously they have become who they are because of those people who are around them.
Well, just you sharing your story, I think, is inspiration in itself. I wish I had more time. Thank you so much to both of you. Again, you can visit the website to make your own donation. We'll be back right after this.
This is a perfectly healthy child. What's unhealthy are birth alerts, a racist practice that may stop this Indigenous mother from going home with her newborn. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Learn all about the creation of the National Capital Region on The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, on Rogers TV.
We have lined up some of the best organizations in the city on today's show. We continue with that theme. Orchestra is just an amazing organization. They've been doing such great work working with youth here in our community. They have their fabulous holiday concert coming up. Here to tell us more about it is Rebecca. She's the Director of Development and Communications at Orchestra. Welcome back. Great to have you here.
Much.
And Andrea, who is a student, I guess, an Orchestra student, we would say. Now, I have questions for you, Andrea, but I wanted to start with you, Rebecca, because for those that aren't familiar with the great work that you do at Orchestra, tell us a little bit about the philosophy behind it.
Absolutely. So it's a social development organization that helps to empower kids and build community through music. So we have free lessons for kids in the critical after-school hours, and it's all about teaching life skills through singing and playing music together. So we've got amazing instruments like the violin, all sorts of instruments you might see in an orchestra or in a band, and through playing music together, they're learning teamwork, listening skills, responsibility, all those great things that are going to help kids succeed in life.
Yeah, and I've listened to the founders speak before on those things, and I'm really impressed at how seriously you take that philosophy of what you just described. I mean, when kids first come in, like, what is the response? Because I can almost feel like sometimes like, some reluctancy, but I imagine they quickly come on board and enjoy the experience.
Yeah, the kids love it.
Yeah.
They start with Kiddlywinks when they can start at 5 years old, which is super fun. They've got songs, little actions, glockenspiels. Nice. And it is about learning great life skills, but it's also super fun. We keep it really fun for the kids.
When did you start, Andrea, in the program?
I started 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
What brought you to the program?
My mom had this friend and said, there's this really cool organization. And my mom signed me up, and that's how I got in.
So, and you could choose probably any instrument, right? I mean, these instruments are donated. Is that right?
Yeah, the majority of the instruments we have at Orchestra are donated, and depending on the year, you can choose different instruments. But violin is definitely a popular one.
Yeah. Why did you choose violin? Why violin in particular?
I really love the really high notes you can get. It's like you can go all the way here, and it sounds really cool, and it's small. So you can take it everywhere. It's really convenient, and
Rebecca mentioned some of those skills, but personally for you, not only have you learned this instrument, what other skills have you learned?
Teamwork is a big one, collaboration, and I think it's really important because when we're playing in the orchestra, there's a lot of teamwork going on because you got listening. And you gotta listen to everyone play. Yeah, it's really important.
Rebecca, do you ask for a commitment from these young people? How often do they come to the program?
Yeah, so it depends on the age range, but we have what we call a kid-powered program. So the kids get to decide how often they want to come to the program, how much they want to commit to the program as they get older. Usually the kids come twice a week. I think you come 3 times a week.
Yeah,
to Orchestra.
Yeah.
So Andrea has committed more to Orchestra, and she's using that kid-powered opportunities to create more opportunities for herself. Like being on TV today.
Yeah, exactly. Is there any criteria, outside of the, sort of those ages that you mentioned? Is there any sort of criteria for young people to get involved?
So we work primarily with kids from underserved communities that wouldn't normally have these opportunities. So we're providing these free opportunities and giving kids the opportunity to really grow through music and build those wonderful life skills.
I mentioned that holiday concert's coming up on Tuesday of next week. I've gone to the concert in the past, and I can tell you from personal experience, it's amazing because I think a lot of people probably think to themselves, they're kids and they've just learned an instrument. I mean, you're going to see like a professionally sounding concerts, right? It's incredible.
You said it. I think they sound amazing.
They do.
I'm biased, but
I'm not biased. I swear. What does this year's concert look like? What can people expect from this year's concert?
Yeah, I've got a great variety of music. What's your favorite piece to play?
I love Charlie Brown for Christmas. It's really nice, and we also get to sing with the kids. Singers, so it sounds really cool, and I really love that one.
How many kids involved in the concert this year?
Yeah, so we're going to have over 150 kids involved in the concert, and I tell you, when everyone's on the stage with the orchestra, it's just amazing. To have everyone on the stage at Carleton Dominion Chalmers Centre. So we'd love as many people in the community as can to come out. It's a free concert,
right?
And we just ask that if you're able, that you make a donation to Orchestra.
Have you done this concert in the past,
yes,
Andrea? So tell me about that experience when you all get together and you're in front of a live audience. I mean, that's a magical thing, right?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like stressful because you're playing with a lot of other people, and it's really nice because you get to meet new people, see other people, and it's really nice to be involved.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of friends, and yeah, they're because of orchestra.
So cool. And of course, your family and your friends come to watch you play. What is that like? I mean, you must get a great response from them, right?
Yeah, they're always watching, they're always recording. They have a lot of recordings of me playing.
I love it. You're going to play a little something for us today, right?
Yes.
We've got about 60 seconds left. So you know what I'll do? I'll let you kind of play us out here. So you grab your music. I'll just remind everybody, Orchestra Centre Hub Holiday Concert, Carleton Dominion Chalmers Centre, December the 19th at 6:30 p.m. Again, it is a free concert, but if you are able, donations are incredibly important. Andrea, take it away for us here.
Okay.
Oh, hey. Wait, what was the question?
Let me guess. One driving high combo, extra baked?
No. Could I get a burger with a side of fries?
Think you're a better driver when you're high? Think again. Smoking weed affects reaction time and concentration. A message from Mad Canada.
Hello, I'm Liz Dowdsville, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. In 2008, carbon monoxide, a deadly invisible gas, killed an entire family in our province. That tragedy led to a new law requiring homes with potential CO sources to have alarms. John Gignac's family members passed away that day, and he shares his story to save others.
Please make sure you have working CO alarms in your home. Protect your family today.
Join me, holistic chef Daniela Croco, for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, right here on Rogers TV.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. So excited because Broadway across Canada bringing another incredible production to the NAC. It runs from December 26th to the 31st. It's called Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, one of the greatest bands of all time. And playing the role of Otis Williams is Michael Andreas. He joins me here on the show. Michael, where do I find you now? You guys are on tour. Whereabouts are you now?
We are in Toronto right now until Sunday, and then we're going to be heading to Detroit, back to Detroit, where Motown got started. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, where it all began. So yeah, tell for people that I can't imagine anyone watching right now is not familiar with the Temptations. They had so many hit songs, but for those that aren't familiar, tell us a little bit about the band themselves.
Well, the Temptations were a group founded around 1963. They were in Motown Records, made up of Otis Williams. The originals, the classics, the ones that everybody knows about, were Otis Williams, Eddie Kendricks, David Ruffin, Melvin Franklin, and Paul Williams. And they had so many great hits over the years. Just My Imagination, My Girl, and really kind of established and helped grow the Motown sound from the mid-'60s all the way up through until the '80s. And they're actually still touring and performing today, which is incredible to me.
So I guess, the storyline, I guess, is pretty self-explanatory just in the title, right, of the production itself, the life and times of the Temptations. But, from, playing your role as Otis Williams and going through this storyline, tell us a little about the story itself that people are going to see when you come here to Ottawa.
Yeah, the thing that I love about this story is it's a book that was written by Dominic Morisseau. And the thing I love about it is that it tells the entire truth of the story of the Temptations. It doesn't gloss over any of the problems that they might have had. They had a lot of people leave the group for different reasons, fired from the group for different reasons. But this really tells the ups and downs. It tells how they found each other in high school and went on to become, the #1 rhythm and blues group of all time. So it's a really comprehensive look at the life and times of the Temptations. But people really come out of this really impressed and talking about how much they love the story and how much they learned about the journey of these 5 men through, segregation and just all the things that they had to overcome to become the group that they were. So it's a really great story that we enjoy telling every night.
Michael, let's talk about your role in particular. You play the role of Otis Williams. Tell me a little bit about him as a person, as a character. What did you learn about him?
Well, he is the founder, the founding member of the Temptations. The story is basically told through his memory. So in addition to me singing and dancing as a Temptation, I also narrate the story. So I get to directly address the audience, which you don't always get to do. From an acting perspective, there's always that fourth wall that you have that kind of keeps you from the audience. But I get the chance to interact and tell the story to the audience every night. And so you kind of become part of the show. But yeah, Otis is a great man. We've had a chance to meet him several times. I think we're going to see him in Detroit as well. And getting the chance to tell essentially his entire life on stage every night has been a real honor for me, just to be able to kind of put on display this group and the things that they were able to accomplish.
Having met him, what has his response been?
He loves it.
Oh yeah, nice.
He loves the show. Yeah, he loves the show. He's seen it. He's been involved with it since it was on Broadway. So he's seen all the different, iterations of it, the tour, Broadway, the West End version that was over there in London. And so he's just always, the thing that he always says is you could have knocked him over with a feather if you would have ever told him that he would have a musical about his life. He's very humble and still considers himself just a a country boy that found himself in the right situation. So it's great being able to play a man like that on stage.
Yeah, and you playing that narrator, and then of course Otis himself, and the music. So you're doing the singing, and they were known for their choreography as well. I imagine that's a big part of this musical. Tell me a little bit about the choreography and how you guys have managed to work together on that.
Yeah, the choreography, we actually won the Tony for best choreography. So, it's definitely a huge part of this show. Sergio Trujillo and Edgar Godino are the two that kind of helped, they created it, but then they also helped make sure that we maintain it at the level that they created, because one of the things that the Temptations are known for is their precision and how much they were together in their moves. And so getting to, luckily that's one of the things that you don't really have to act. Me and the guys that play the Temptations, we've developed a really strong bond and kind of know how each other move at this point. So we've kind of become a group, just in touring and being on the road with each other for such a long time. So. Yeah, the moves are high energy. It's intense, but we love it. It's so much fun to do.
Oh, I can't wait to see you guys when you come to town. Michael, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate your time today, and enjoy the rest of your time in Toronto and Detroit, and we'll see you here in Ottawa.
All right. Thank you so much. Looking forward to it. Heard you guys are excited.
Oh, yeah, we're excited. All right. Again, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, coming to the NAC, presented by Broadway across Canada, December 26th to the 31st. Get your tickets online. We'll be right back after this.
On Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Sam LaPrade. I hope you join us here every single week on An Hour to Give. We're going to talk about community, philanthropy, and volunteerism. It's airing right here on Rogers TV.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Join us for Season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock, right here on Rogers TV.
Big thanks to everybody for taking the time to join us today on the show. Michael Andreas, that you just saw playing one of the lead roles in Broadway across Canada's latest production coming to the NAC again. That's Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, December 26th to the 31st. You can get your tickets online at the NAC box office, ottawa.broadway.com as well. You can find ticket information on there, and they do have a couple of matinees, mostly 8 o'clock showings, and I think they have a couple of 7:30 and then a couple of matinees, so you can find out more information, as I said, online. The Orchestra Centre Hub Holiday Concert happening at the Carleton Dominion Chalmers Centre. That is Tuesday, December the 19th. It kicks off at 6:30 p.m. It is free to go, but of course they will accept donations if you can donate. The money, as you know, goes to a great cause. A big thanks to both Rebecca and Andrea for joining us on the show, and you can find out more at orchestra.ca if you want to make your own donation online. And again, Kiwanis, ottawakiwanis.org if you want to find out more information about becoming a member in 2024. Thanks for watching this edition of Daytime, and we will see you next time.